right, first up on the line for the Pixies, we've got Little Miss Savage. A reminder that the Pixies are playing in white and the Columbia Junior Rollers All-Stars are in black. So we've got 5,000. Kill Man, your first lead jammer of the game.
And not far behind, we've got our Pixies out.
Little Miss Savage. Yep, and we're going to have an early call-off. 4 points and go. That's kind of how the first half of the game went before this. You know, just not crazy big jams. There was one, 19-point jam, and things didn't get wild until the second half. So I wonder if we're in for similar. This is also an open division game.
So we're going to see both guys and girls out there playing together, and we could see some big hits. So.
Guys, gals, non-binary pals.
And non-binary pals. On the line right now, we've got number 6, Thug Buggerson for Columbia, and then number 000, Trisket for the Pixies.
So, Doug Buggerson wanting to get a second lead in a row for Columbia, not quite managing it on the inside line. That Pixies defense is ready to catch. They might have been studying. Just a hunch.
Just a hunch.
Just a hunch.
But, you know, Thug's out there in those classic pink leggings that he is known for.
Again, no lead yet. This has been maybe the longest time I've seen without a lead yet. Here we are.
Lead jammer, Doug Buggerson. That Columbia defense still working really hard, and Trisket is out. Ready for a scoring pass.
Ooh, nice knockout by the pivot for the Pixies.
And Thug calls it off.
That was 2 points for Columbia and 0 for the Pixies.
So no penalties yet. 2 jams, no penalties.
And we're back up with that matchup between Little Miss Savage and...
I kid. The pivot for Columbia is in the box. Little Miss Savage back on the line with Killman. So second time these two were together in jam number 3.
And Little Miss Savage fighting through, and she is out for lead. Great job.
We are using EPLT this weekend, so I'll be able to show you guys some of the overlays when we come back from the halftime. You'll be really interested to see all that's possible with CRG.
All right, Little Miss Savage is through with 4 points on her pass. And it looks like Killman is out. Little Miss Savage calls it.
There's a lot of pink going on here, and it almost looks like Columbia is like some of them are wearing pink, but they're going for more coral to match those jerseys. So bold move with the bright leggings. I feel like refs definitely see more.
You know,
points out the feet
as
a bit.
Ref, those bright colors are very, very visible.
Watch me jump that apex. Watch me land in bounds. And we got another lead jammer. That is Hell on Wheels for the Pixies. Second jam in a row now. Oh, a nice hit on a blocker by Thug Buggerson on the way through.
And Hell on Wheels calls it off for 3 points.
So this ref crew is nice and warmed up. They were on the first game.
There was a lot of running in that first
There
game.
was a lot of running. You know, it slowed down in the second half. The OPRs got a little bit of a break. Yeah, I did see Illinois out there OPRing. We both were in Austria this time last weekend.
I know when these juniors skate fast, it's an OPR. You've got to learn how to do the leapfrog and pass around.
We did. We saw some really nice OPR drops. So all of our official friends that are watching, you know, all the love in the world to all those fast OPRs. Here we go again. We got Gold Rusher on the line for the Pixies. Killman out once again. Lead jammer. 2 out of 3 leads for Killman. And Gold Rusher also completing the initial as the pack picks up speed. Tank holding down the Pixies defense. Ooh. So Jammers went for it, but no points on that jam. 5-10, Pixies in the lead. Woo, 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 woo.
I know. It's fun already. It's heating up. That's a low-scoring game for 5 minutes in. This is a defensive battle.
And they're still going so fast. But, honestly, I'll say these two teams definitely look a little stronger on the defense than the last two that I just saw play. Just they're more in control of their pack speed. They're not running it as much. I don't know if that's directed from the bench or from their jammers. And we've got a nice knockout by 189, 188. That is Hell on Wheels now blocking.
It's nice to see blockers jam and jammers block, people who can do it all. That's pretty exciting.
I honestly, when I watch juniors play, I know they can do it all. I see them just switch hats back and forth. Oh, I'm not wearing a hat this time. All right, I'm going. We've got a penalty on the board. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No lead. It's been over 30 seconds without a lead jammer.
That is a defensive battle for sure.
I love defense.
Thug Buggerson is jumping through and just gets out as lead.
45 seconds to pick up lead. Okay.
That is long for these teams.
Okay.
That's a hard push. Little Miss Savage is through as well.
One more Pixies blocker in the box as the jam comes to an end, but 4 points go up for Columbia. Pixies starting with the lead. Columbia ready to overtake. We had 3 lead changes in the last game, and it was all in the first half.
Well, this is a 2-point game right now, so
get used to it. Take a deep breath.
I know. It's champs. I expect them all to be good, close games.
So this is my first JRDA champs.
Really?
Yeah,
Me
I feel
too.
honored. Hey,
Exciting,
hey.
yeah. All right, look, we've got Gold Rusher on the line for the Pixies and Killman on the line for Columbia.
Ooh.
Killman's hit out, but coming back in strong.
So the last time these two were together, Gold Rusher did not get lead, so now Gold Rusher has lead. I'm thinking we're seeing 2 very evenly matched teams. Ooh, penalties.
I hear whistles.
I see a cut track call on Gold Rusher.
Ooh, that's a power jam then. Killman is going in for some points.
First 2-minute jam. And a power jam in favor of Columbia. You're going to see an illegal position on a Columbia blocker as Killman picks up 4 points.
And for those of you at home, if a lead jammer is called and then that lead jammer goes to the box for a penalty, then there is no longer a lead jammer, and the jam will go for a full 2 minutes no matter what.
Okay, now we're going to see a low block assessed to Killman. Gold Rusher, with an apex jump out of the backs through the pack, and a power jam now for the Pixies. So, wow. So Killman only able to pick up 4. Gold Rusher now on 8. We had a little bit of a lead fight going on, but now Pixies maintain that lead by 6. Nice knockout.
Nice knockout.
By, I want to say, yep, that is 7-7-1-8 go-go for Columbia, getting in right under the chest. Very smart positioning for the blocking.
Tank is there to hold the line. Did you see that?
Yes. Tank just by sheer power is in charge of this pack. Striking Viking, paying attention to the pack in case Gold Rusher decides to juke. Killman is out.
I know, with a
gorgeous
stumble through that inside line.
Gorgeous penalty kill. This is a 0-0 jam. Oh, no, almost 12-8 jam in favor of Pixies, but only 4-point differential. So, math, 6-point game?
5-point. No, 6-point game. 6-point game.
I can do
math.
7 plus
Math.
6. I can do it. If you've never heard me announce a game before, I am hilariously bad at math. I can barely do it. Basic arithmetic in my head.
Well, and usually I'm really good at math, so I should be able to back you up there.
Okay.
But,
Sassy.
It's still
Let's
early.
go, Sassy. Let's go.
All right, we got Thug Buggerson jamming for Columbia again, and Little Miss Savage for the Pixies. Thug was hit out and recycled back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Thug was lead before being recycled. And it is called off.
I saw quite a bit of this in the last game, too. The jammer would get lead and then get sucked back in by like 1 blocker or 2 or get knocked out on a line or something. and the other would be able to complete the initial. And it was like 50-50 if they were going to run it or not. But maybe this is just a JRDA style play that I see.
I've seen it a lot,
Yeah.
following a lot of the JRDA games.
Did you ref or go to any of the playoffs?
I was reffing the playoffs down in Rome, Georgia, so I actually got to see this Columbia team,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just phenomenal out there. Just a great team.
So Killman back on the line. Your lead jammer, no. Maybe? Nope. Okay, not your lead, but definitely done with the initial. It was a no-earned pass, so no lead is assessed yet. Hell on Wheels still has a chance to get out of there. Yes, lead jammer, but Killman already back in the pack. I don't know that I saw any high blocks yet, but I think we're going to see something. Illegal contact to the pivot. Big ol' apex jump by Hell on Wheels.
And they both have 4 points. It's a 4-4 jam.
Oh, buddy.
All right, Killman is through for another 4 points.
So overtaking Hell on Wheels, who is the lead jammer. Ooh. Tank right there with the really nice pop out on the inside line, and a recycle forces that call off. But all 4 points assessed. Another 0-0 jam.
Sorry, I got that wrong. Pixies actually flicked all late. It was an 8-8 jam there.
Ooh, buddy.
All right, again, another matchup between Bug and Little Miss Savage. And this is
All right, we've got Little Miss Savage for the Pixies and Thug Buggerson back up. Another head-to-head between these two.
great jammers on both teams. Looks like
And an official timeout is called.
So first official. Nope, not a team timeout, just an official timeout. We have had some track maintenance that needed to happen. That was fun. So like we said before, the winner of this game will go on to play Philly Junior Roller Derby later today. That's 7 p.m. In the open division after this, we will have 2 of the female division games. Santa Cruz versus Seattle and Rose City versus Nashville.
And those should both be good games to watch as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what hard work it is to rep these games. So thank you to all of them.
Hey, don't forget to check out online the juniorrollerderby.org/2025 champs for all the schedule, brackets, and scores all weekend. That's where everything is going to be posted. And now, Jam 10.
All right, Thug Buggerson is out as the lead jammer, and Little Miss Savage is working hard to get through. All right, Thug is through the pack for 4 points. Columbia defense working really hard to hold back Little Miss Savage, but she has popped out and is now available for earning some points. And Bugs is called off the jam.
So you saw Columbia play earlier this year. What was your favorite moments from those games?
You know, it was actually really exciting, and some of the pictures from the photographers showed it.
Uh-huh.
Thug Buggerson has some hops.
Yeah.
That boy can jump.
Yeah.
And not just the apex, but he could jump on the straightaway. He had a straight
Ooh.
pex jump, too. So just really fun to watch, and their defense is strong, good hard hits. All right, and there was some dancing right there on the line. That defense is so strong. But they are dancing through, some good pushing, a little hop, and Killman is out as the lead jammer. There is a Pixie penalty. Looks like Powerhouse is sitting in the penalty box. All right, Killman was knocked out and recycled. And is out with 4 points. Tank is just holding strong up there. Triscuit's having a good workout, pushing that line up, but slowly making some progress.
Boy, I know it's painful for the skiers. We've got Tank holding up that triangle.
And the Pixies
Ooh.
defense with a good solid hit.
That's
to
a cut.
recycle.
Oh, yeah, big old cut. Tank, and I want to say that orange helmet. I'll tell you their name in a second. Really clever with a short run back to draw that cut on Triscuit. So, okay, icing Triscuit in the box. Again, a choice that I have seen made over and over again already today to keep the jammer in the box, to start with a power jam. Even if it's 2 or 3 seconds, that's still enough time usually.
Those few seconds are sometimes all you need to not have to worry about the other jammer and make a hole for your jammer to get through. And once lead jammer, then you've got all the control.
This is the way.
Talking strategy with the blockers, and jam is on.
All right, here we go. Thug Buggerson back on the line for Columbia. Triscuit starting from the box.
But starting from the box still allows someone to be eligible for lead jam.
Pixies determined to kill this penalty without a lead jammer.
That is some intense defense. Thug Buggerson is recycled
Oh!
again. And a jump.
I think that's a nowhere in pass. That is not lead. I saw, the jam ref is still pointing, but
But if the pass was earned earlier while being cycled through, then there is still an pass.
I just saw two things from 2 of the refs saying nowhere in pass, but the jam ref maybe doesn't agree or didn't see it. We are going to see a multi.
And Triscuit is out of the box and through the pack
Oh.
and ready for scoring some points.
Oh, but Thug Buggerson is in the box. Missed that. I'll have to check on this EPLT in a minute here.
And Triscuit is through for 4 points because it is a power jam for the Pixies.
So Thug Buggerson was on a scoring pass, I believe, and then got the penalty. So may still have gotten some points, but we still have time.
Well, it's going to be a 2-minute jam because
Yes.
Thug Buggerson did have the lead. Ooh. All right. We've got 30 seconds left in this jam. Looks like Thug Buggerson is through the pack with 4 points. All right. So both jammers are in the pack earning some points right now. Oh, I'm seeing some hard hits, and I can hear their bodies hitting the floor.
A nice try by the pivot 007 Mad Danger, but not enough to knock that jammer out.
And both jammers pick up another 4 points. Sugar and Spite.
Oh, Sugar and Spite. So first time seeing Sugar and Spite with the star for the Pixies. So that's a change. They want to change the matchup against Killman.
Well, sometimes changing it up, the blockers aren't sure what to look for now. They got used to somebody.
And that is nowhere in pass again for Killman, not the lead jammer.
Not the lead jammer.
Ooh, I think that's going to be illegal contact or maybe, a back
That
block.
would be illegal contact.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a back block on Killman. Oh, and we've had a star pass. So that's Gold Rusher, who we saw jamming earlier.
So Gold Rusher was the pivot and is now officially the jammer. And there's a hard hit and looks like an injury call off.
On the jammer for Pixies.
So Columbia was looking for an illegal contact to the head, so probably a high block on a Pixies blocker. The refs either didn't see or didn't have enough information. They say the no call will stand. Columbia does lose their review. And now we're back.
Savage is on the line as a power start. With Killman sitting in the box at the beginning of the jam. And a lot of times when you see that official review and you think, gosh, how come they couldn't have seen that? Really, there's so much going on with 7 skating officials.
And they're so fast.
And these kids are so fast. Little Miss Savage is out as lead, by the way, and ready for some points to be scored. And it looks like Killman is out of the box and going through his initial pass.
Ooh.
But I will tell you, as an official, when you're looking at these penalties, you need to see who initiated it, what was the impact, and like the whole thing through beginning, middle, and end. And if you can't identify exactly what happened, then it will be a no call.
You can't call the penalty. Yeah, it's got to be. You've got to be 100% certain. So I'm seeing some really smart blocking happening. I think I want to see some of these blockers dig in a little bit more on these jammers to really knock them over the line if that's what they're going for, or to contain. But obviously, this is always difficult.
All right, well, so we've got a tied score at 49-49.
A tie.
However, the Pixies blocker is in the box for a double penalty.
Ooh. Busted. Sorry. No, I'm so glad you're announcing this weekend too, you and Ginger, because I love having refs or even non-skating officials like on a call, because you're like, oh, and here's this fun little thing no one talks about. well, most announcers were sitting here like, I wonder what that was. Hand on chin.
and truth be told, those of us as officials, I love to geek out on all the nuances of the rules. And it's always learning, always learning.
Honestly, I think I agree. What's your favorite flavor?
So Thug Buggerson being sent out with Gold Rusher.
And another official timeout.
To figure some stuff out.
You know, sometimes it's a glitch in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's, the points are off. You never know what's going on until they fix it.
Right. So we did have EPLT going. We had the penalty whiteboard up on here, and it hasn't been updating. So I'm wondering what's going on there. So we'll figure it out at halftime, and then we can tell you all the fun penalty trouble everybody's in.
Well, right now, as we're getting ready to start our next jam, we've got 2 blockers in the box for Columbia and 1 blocker in the box for the Pixies. And in fact, Columbia's pivot is in the box. So Thug Buggerson is on his own.
Has not passed the star yet, so probably not too worried about it. But we got a little
Probably not.
2v3 blocking drill here. Gold Rusher immediately leaning, hoping to jump through on the inside, but neither of these teams has been eager to let jammers out on the inside line so far. Okay,
Yeah.
Gold Rusher.
Through the pack and out as lead jammer. Oh, and a big jump for Thug Buggerson. And he is also out of his initial pass and available to earn some points.
All right, everybody's out of the box.
All right. And it
All
looks like
right.
we're running this jam a little bit, probably just to get everybody out of the box.
Ooh.
And Gold Rusher calls the jam off. And it is an 8-4 jam to the Pixies and another lead change. Pixies take the lead with 57-53.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, one of the things I love about this sport, just take a look at the variety of sizes on the track.
Absolutely.
And everybody is out there, and you got Little Miss Savage, who's so tiny, but just slides through the pack. And then you can have
So
someone
strong,
like,
too, though.
yeah, and someone like Killman, using that size to his advantage. And it's just amazing to look at all of the differences and the fact that everybody can use what they have to their advantage. Killman is out as lead jammer, but Little Miss Savage is close behind. Ooh, and the jam is called off for 3 points. And we've got another 1 point
Oh, my
game
goodness.
differential with 9 minutes left in this half.
Oh, buddy. I've been saying that a lot already today, guys. I'm sorry that's boring. Sometimes you just got to watch it. You're like, well, we see what's going on. We see all these refs. I don't know about I went into YouTube. I was like, well, let me go see if anybody's doing comments, but they do have comments. Looks like comments are disabled. So sorry, I can't talk to y'all. Instant low block for Thug Buggerson.
Ooh.
Power
So
jam.
Gold Rusher's got the power jam and is out as lead jammer.
So keep it clean, go long. Wow.
All right, and Gold Rusher picks up 4 points for the Pixies.
I think we're starting to see the altitude affect folks a little bit. Not going to lie. A little bit of huffing and puffing. It's hard to jam at altitude. It really
is hard to jam.
But that beautiful footwork is carrying Gold Rusher through. It's not everything to have power. You need the wind.
But that was a nice spin move.
Nice. And so Thug Buggerson back on the line, looking for the way through in the inside. Almost. Wow, what a hit from Brutal Beauty. Wow.
And again.
And it's going to be a cut.
Another penalty for Thug Buggerson.
And giving up another power jam to the Pixies, who've extended their lead by 12 points. Ooh-wee. And
So
I don't think, where's that jam ref at? Where's that jam ref at? I don't think any points on the board for Columbia here, with Thug Buggerson getting that penalty at the beginning and then a cut right towards
Thug
the end of the
Buggerson
jam.
did not make it out of the pack for his initial pass this time around.
So nice work by the Pixies. 69-56, Pixies in the lead.
And Little Miss Savage is up for a power start, meaning the Pixies can play nothing but offense. They don't have to worry about blocking a jammer. They can just do their best to help their jammer get out. Little Miss Savage is through with quick order. Lead jammer.
Impressive.
And getting ready for the scoring pass.
Nice.
Nice lateral movement side to side there. It's just
Really
amazing
nice.
agility. 4 points.
Illegal position for blocker 2-4-1. That's Hippo.
All right, Little Miss Savage is
Wow.
coming back through again
Just-
and calls the jam.
Pinballing through. 20-point game. I think this is the biggest lead we've had so far.
This is the biggest differential, 20-point game, because the Pixies pick up another 7 points. And there is a timeout.
Okay,
Looks like
so
Columbia's calling the team timeout.
now we see on the board Pixies have used a team timeout. I didn't see that before. So now Columbia's using their first team timeout, having already used their official review for the half and losing that.
First half, it's been neck and neck. And in just these last 2 jams, they've picked the point gap here.
Wow. Again, another shout out to Jawbreaker, one of our junior referees, doing the first JRDA champs. That's awesome.
You know, and I've ref with her a couple of times, and I'm not going to lie.
Good at her job?
She's freaking amazing. She is one hell of a good ref. So it's really exciting to see her out there, and just to see a junior ref in the juniors at this level, at the championship level, and killing it. I mean, she's just killing it out there. I tell you, though, if you're on the outside with these juniors, the juniors move so fast. You have got to have your sprinting legs on.
But again, I think we're gonna see who gets tired in the second half. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, altitude definitely makes a difference. And are either of these teams?
No.
I think they're both
No,
sea level teams. So
Spokane
we're gonna
and-
just see who has the endurance, who's got the oxygen.
Spokane and Columbia.
All right, we've got
And they're-
Killman
you
is
know, they're-
getting ready to jam here for Columbia, and Hell on Wheels for the Pixies.
So a much deeper jammer bench on both of these teams than we saw in the previous game. And I think that's going to help them with their staying power. Hell on Wheels recycled back behind Tank. Killman.
Killman was also recycled,
Yep. Oh, look at
but
this.
it looks like
Hell on
Hell
Wheels.
on Wheels. Out as lead jammer.
And Columbia. Columbia down 2.
All right, 4 more points for the Pixies.
Untouched, huh?
Yeah, Killman has the star off, which means possibly looking to pass it to the pivot.
Ooh, we're seeing some really physical looking hits over there between the pivot and Killman. A failure to return on Hippo.
Yeah.
Tank smartly
All right. Oh, there.
getting out with that
Yep.
star. They
Yep.
had a star pass.
Tank passed through with that star pass.
They're like, no, we're not going to let Tank hit that pack.
No, we're not going to let Tank come into the pack with speed.
Taking the. Now, if I were the Pixies, I'd use my OR to get maybe an illegal procedure. Taking out the mouth guard.
I saw that mouth guard.
I feel like you see the stuff you can say on a stream call, but you cannot say on a house call.
Exactly.
And if you said on the house call, ooh, be some people mad at you.
All right, we've got 88 Pixies to 56 for Columbia. Thug Buggerson is jamming against Little Miss Savage again. And trying to use those long legs. And another cut penalty. Little Miss Savage is out as lead jammer.
Oh, and Thug Buggerson back in the box on a cut. Power Jam Pixies.
It was hard to see on the far side. It looked like possibly the initiator went out, but Thug cut more than just that one person coming back in again. Did you know that you can actually cut one of your own teammates and it's not a cut?
Yeah. I play this game. But you can't cut two of your teammates or it is a cut.
You cannot cut two of your teammates. And truth be told, when you are on the apex, that's where the danger lies. You think you're sliding right back in again, but on that outside, you don't know where people are going. Wow. Do you see that footwork on the line by Thug Buggerson?
Really
just amazing.
Juicy ankles.
Really juicy ankles. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, my gosh. Cartilage. You got all the cartilage.
All right. The jam is 11 more points for the Pixies. We've got 3 minutes left.
0 for Columbia here. 99 to 56. Pixies almost at that 100-point century mark.
That is a 43-point differential. The Pixies have pulled away a little bit. We've got Tank on the line against Trisket.
Tank starting as the jammer, so first time for Tank. An official review called by the Pixies. And they're using it as a timeout. May as well.
May as well, because it's close to the end there. Might as well use that official review as a timeout and not waste their timeouts that they might need in the second half. Especially sometimes you just need a timeout so that the kids can get a little bit of oxygen in, take a short rest.
You got to take a deep breath.
All right, it looks like Tank is jamming again for Columbia, and then and Trisket is up for the Pixies.
Trisket been doing well. I've seen maybe one penalty for Trisket. Yeah, nothing wild.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah. So some line things happening on the track. Killman being sent out as the pivot for Tank. Tank just took a star pass from Killman.
And then we've got Powerhouse as the pivot for the Pixies. So
I've seen Powerhouse with the stripe a few times. Also pivoting for Columbia, Mad Danger, Kid Block. And here we go. Jam is live. Tank and Trisket.
Here we go.
Let us see what will happen. Power versus speed, I think.
Yeah,
so been watching Tank block. Real calm, real cool. Nice talking in the pack. But I feel like Tank probably needs a little bit of speed to get that pack moving. And, Pixies determined not to give it.
They really are. They're sitting down, and they are holding the Tank.
So Killman heading to the box. And I think we have, an illegal contact on Columbia blocker, and that's Trisket.
Oh.
Not the lead jammer. A cut track on Trisket.
So Tank could still get lead jammer.
Taking out everybody. Tank has not been assessed lead yet.
But it's still possible.
Woo.
The question here is, does he keep that star on his head? I've seen it happen over and over again. When that jammer feels like they've been out for a long time, they look for the pass, but they still could get lead.
It's been over a minute without a lead jammer. All right, Tank, let's do it. Gold Crusher determined to ride the line between what's a forearm and what's not.
Don't take it off.
Don't take it off.
And that star is off.
2-minute jam.
2-minute jam.
Whoa, why has the jam been called off? Yeah, shout out to these teams. We've got 13 players for Columbia and 12 for the Pixies. And everybody's going. Everybody's doing all the things.
Everybody's doing all the things. And, they're allowed 15 people on the bench. And I see a lot of these teams heading up here to
They do
champs
not.
without having
They
15.
do not have 15, yeah.
And so that's just more work for everybody. All right.
Okay.
Bug Buggerson is
Nice.
knocked out by Gold Rusher and then heading back in and is now out on lead.
Gold Rusher took eyes off of Thug Buggerson, and
All
that's
it takes
it.
is a second.
Thug Buggerson hitting that seam hard right past the pivot line. Little Miss Savage juking through to complete the initial.
Bug Buggerson is out to add 4 points to their score and tries to get past Little Miss Savage.
And both jammers coming back into the pack and able to score.
And we're back to that strong defensive game. Columbia is sitting low and holding tight, but we've got a penalty for
Direction on
for
399.
Imp the
That is
Shrimp.
Imp the Shrimp.
Both jammers getting recycled by these very strong defensive walls. And you'll oftentimes see these jammers
Little Miss Savage.
put out because
So impressed.
weaving her way through for another 4 points.
Bringing the Pixies over 100. Oh, and I think, an illegal contact assessed
that was a 7-point jam for
to the pivot from the Pixies.
and looks
I
like
believe that is Powerhouse going to start halftime in the box. So, in arguing a bit with the
illegal
refs, so I
contact.
think we might see them sit for 2, but we'll have to find out. Wow. 103 to 63 at the half.
That is an intense game.
That's intense. All right, so guys, we're going to go find out some math stuff, and we'll be right back in about 10 minutes.
See you soon.
Currently, Pixies are in lead, 103 to 63. I did get to take our EPLT. We did find out it was not working. Probably not going to have it for the rest of the game, but we do have some penalty fun. So Pixies right now, story of the game here. They've only got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 penalties for the whole first half. Only one person sitting on 4, and it is not a jammer, so that's nice for them. Again, Columbia now, this is the story of Columbia's, the score being what it is. We've got one person sitting on 5 penalties. We got 1 on 4. And, they have had a lot of that jammer trouble. We've got 4 jammer penalties. 8 jammer penalties and counting. So that has been pretty rough.
And the jammer penalties, really, that's where you see a huge score change. Because when you have that power jam, it's so much easier for the team on the power jam to rack up points in that moment.
Yeah, so 8 jammer penalties right now for Columbia. Again, that's the reason the score is like this. If those jammer penalties were not there, I think this game would still be very, very neck and neck. We've had a little halftime chat probably to talk about that. And
so we're going to see how it goes. We've got
2 jammer penalties for the Pixies. Yeah, because we saw Gold Crusher out there, Gold Rusher. And there is a cut and an illegal contact there. So, yeah, maybe 2, because Gold Rusher hasn't been jamming the whole time. We've seen him go out to pivot and block as well. So, maybe 2 jammer penalties here for Pixies. But, again, 8 jammer penalties at least for Columbia. And that is why the score is where it's at. So,
but this is a whole new half. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And it looks like we've got Little Miss Savage jamming for the Pixies. And then Killman is up for Columbia.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying watching Little Miss Savage. Just like that tiny but mighty, just
does not quit.
Does not quit. Does not quit.
Definitely
words
does
are
quick.
Is quick. Words are hard.
Ooh! Who's even the lead jammer? It is Little Miss Savage.
Lead jammer is Little Miss Savage. And she calls it off. That was a close one.
Yeah. So no points to break us into the second half. Wow.
All right, Killman is staying out for another jam. And up for the Pixies is Gold Rusher.
So, of course, if you're watching at home, you can see that broadcast overlay. You can see the score, of course, and then you're getting the lineups as they appear.
All right, both jammers are working their way through the pack. A hop, skip, and a jump, and Gold Rusher is out as lead jammer. But Killman is close behind. Big jump for Gold Rusher, and he calls it off for 4 points.
Wow.
I tell you, the sheer athleticism of some of these kids and how they can just jump and clear an entire pack is amazing.
Amazing. And, of course, between jams, I've got 10 seconds to show you guys this points per jam overlay. You know, you can see we're getting into the second half. We've had 2 leads in a row now for the Pixies. And you can see how they took control of the last bit of that first half.
All right, Thug Buggerson is up against Little Miss Savage. Thug Buggerson is out as lead jammer, but Little Miss Savage is close behind. And look at how fast she's moving.
So fast. And not even knocked out a little bit, but not much. A
All right.
back block assessed to Columbia blocker 113, Thomas the Train. And a direction to Karma.
All right, so Thug Buggerson has picked up 8 points and Little Miss Savage 4, and the jam is called.
Seeing the crowd echo the calls from the bench. But, you know, the crowd could be wrong.
The crowd can always be wrong. You know, you see different things from the crowd, from the bench, probably here from the announcer table, and from the track.
From the OPR ref lane. No, once I started OPR, I was like, oh, everything does look like a direction.
Everything looks like a direction from the OPR lane. That is true.
Ooh.
A nice,
nice
twisty,
but
a cut.
Cuts.
All right, Killman is out as... Oh, no,
Oh,
Killman
also a
has a cut. So both jammers to the box. It'll be a quick jammer swap.
But a 2-minute jam.
A 2-minute jam for sure.
That means we get to watch all the defense. Ooh. Okay.
All right, everybody.
I think I would simply fall down. I think I would simply lay on the track and never get up again. Here we go. But not Killman.
But not Killman. Just boom. Up, and I'm back through, and I'm going to hit my way out.
Oh,
Ooh, a nice little jump. Wow. And then Gold Rusher's through. Everybody's getting points.
This floor is slippery.
But keep in mind, nobody is a lead jammer because both jammers went to the box. So now it's just gutting it out for the full 2 minutes.
Gold Rusher already sitting on 12 points so far. Killman on the second scoring pass. Hopping, but not making it all the way through. Gold Rusher back in the pack, looking for 16 points. Killman taking out half of that Pixies pack, where they all look to be shorter than him in this pack. So I mean, it's very hard to legally hit.
That is true. That is
Adam
true.
Splitter says another cut track call on Killman. Woo!
And this is where we're going to see these jammer penalties.
And
their
a
impact.
multi. Making faces. Making faces doesn't mean you didn't do it.
And I will tell you, with juniors, there is very little wiggle room for sass to the referees before they will call a second penalty for misconduct.
Is that right, Sassy?
That is right. Now, a little look of incredulity, maybe, but if they say anything, oh, that's it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Wow. Okay, so 18-point jam for Pixies. Highest scoring jam I think we've seen so far. 8 points on the board for Columbia. So an 18-8 jam, 10-point differential, 129-79. Pixies pulling away.
All right, and Hell on Wheels
Wow.
is out in just lightning speed as lead jammer. It is a power start.
Is levitating allowed? Because that's what I think I just saw.
If you're 17 or under, yes, levitating is allowed.
Just happens, right? What are you going to do?
And I wish I had started derby when I was this age because, wow.
I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I didn't. I was the marching band to roller derby pipeline. Yeah. Here we go.
All right, jam is called, and it is an 8-0 jam in favor of the Pixies, 137 to 79. We've got 23 minutes left in the game. All right.
So we saw a lot of clock stoppages in the first half. We had a few official timeouts. We had some injury call-offs, which necessitated, we had to have an official timeout. A couple of team timeouts. Both teams used their ORs. So that first half took a while.
It was a long first half. Hopefully they're going to get to just go through
play
and play some roller
derby.
We got
Wow.
Little Miss Savage and Thug Buggerson. Thug Buggerson is not lead jammer. It was a no pass, no penalty.
No earned pass.
And then Little Miss Savage came out as lead jammer and then promptly called it off before Thug Buggerson could score any points.
Point denial.
Denied. It is a tough position as a jammer when you don't get that earned pass and you're out. You're not going to go back for that earned pass. You're just going to get as many points as you can, but there is no control in the pack,
For
even
sure.
though you're out first. All right, Thug Buggerson is up again, and this time against Triscuit.
So Triscuit been having a good game so far. Good with the jukes. Good with finding a path through the middle. Doesn't spend as much time recycling, I think, as some of the other jammers. So Triscuit looking for the way through. It is Thug Buggerson who's out first, but that's going to be Triscuit because Thug Buggerson was kind of crawling a little bit through, past everybody, but fell.
Passed everybody, but was not officially upright.
Right.
And inbounds. You must be upright and inbounds to pass somebody.
Yep.
So if you've got one hand down is actually not down, but once that second hand went down, that makes him down, and he kind of crawled past a few people. He still got out, though.
So
another 0-0 jam.
Another one where Pixies got the lead jammer status, not on a technicality, like it's just that's what the rules are, but like in a situation where Columbia maybe should have gotten that lead jammer status, but they made some mistakes. And again, another scoreless jam for both teams. So Pixies making it look likely, but like I said, we still got, 21:47 on the clock?
We still have
Ooh,
time left, but
still got
right now, Little
time.
Miss Savage, and she is just crushing it today.
Little Miss Savage wants to play Philly later.
And Killman is out there pushing through as well, and it's just a pile up on aisle 1 over there. You can tell as emotions start to get into the mix and everyone's getting excited, nearing the end of the game, more people falling, more hard hits, and that's usually when things get sloppy. So we're looking at to keep those penalties down.
Okay.
But Killman is out as
Ooh.
lead.
Big hit on 007 by Gold Rusher. Yeah. Killman on a scoring pass. Little Miss Savage, I believe, still working on the initial star in hand, looking for the pivot, but that pivot, I believe, is Powerhouse focused on that defense as Killman comes to hit the pack in the far straightaway heading into turn 3.
Yeah, and truly, you want to make sure if you're passing that star, you're passing it forward on the track. All right, looks like Killman slides through the pack and still earns 4 points. So there was a lot of recycling. You got to earn those points upright and inbounds, but as long as they were earned at some point in time, those points are there, and the jam is called.
Star pass was completed to Powerhouse, who did not have, time or a chance to get out of the pack and score any points for the Pixies there. So positive jam for Columbia.
They pick up another 7 points to the Pixies 0. We've got 19 and a half minutes left. Thug Buggerson versus Hell on Wheels.
All these jammers are just, both the teams have got really strong, both blocks, that there is no call, that shall stand, and no call. official review.
Okay, so there was an OR. They looked for illegal position on the Columbia Jammer, but that no call will stand, so they lose their review.
All right, Thug Buggerson has lead jammer status.
A rare Pixies penalty for the Jammer.
And it is a power jam now for Columbia.
Good hit. You saw the blocker turn into the Jammer, so as we all know, it's not a back block if you jump in front of a Jammer at the last second.
That is true. Everybody wants it to be, but it is not.
It's not.
All
So
right.
that was smart.
All right, Thug Buggerson going back through the pack again for another scoring pass.
Yep. One toe stop out. That's going to be a
And
cut.
there is a cut. Hell on Wheels is back out of the box and working on, I believe, an initial pass.
A forearm penalty sends Tank to the box.
All right, Hell on Wheels with a little hop, skip, and a jump, and is through the pack for 4 points.
That's at least 5 now for Thug Buggerson. 4 of them are cuts.
Oof. And Thug Buggerson is back in it for a scoring pass for another 4 points, and there will be a 4 minute or 5 minute, 2 minute,
A 5-minute jam.
oh my God, I know. A full 2 minute jam, and it is a 12-12. Oh, sorry, 16-12. So Columbia does get a 4-point advantage on this jam.
You know, if Columbia can clean it up, they still got time. They got time.
It's 47 points.
They've got time. They got plenty of time. We've seen the kind of points these guys can put up.
I actually watched Thug Buggerson pull off a 40-point jam.
Yeah. Just gotta get out of your head.
And yeah, so you know what's possible is possible. But we will see.
Oh,
So-
here we go.
So here's where the pack definition does not actually play in. When one jammer hits another jammer out, doesn't matter where they are, that other jammer has to go in behind the first jammer who hit them out. So there was almost a little bit of an eat the baby situation. If you can
Ooh.
drop that jammer.
Andy just brought over food from the concession stand and sat it on the table and left it. So if something happens to it, that's on him.
I know, but Andy should know that he can't trust food around us.
Not me. You just left it. Didn't say a word. Okay, here we are. Thug Buggerson on this jam line. We are seeing some whistles. There's a forearm on the Pixies pivot. Thug Buggerson taking that lead.
So Hell on Wheels is now in the box. And Thug Buggerson has picked up another 4 points for Columbia.
Taking advantage of this power jam.
So Gold Rusher's back in the pack, hunting for that initial.
And Thug's just pushing, and is through for another 4 points.
Seen some whistles. The jam will be called after another 4 picked up by Columbia. 0 for this one for the Pixies.
And it looks like Powerhouse is in the penalty box.
Yep.
So the Pixies are going to start 1 down. Killman versus Little Miss Savage on the line.
Jam is live.
A little jammer on jammer pushing at the beginning. Some quick feet
almost.
on the line. Almost.
Almost.
But not quite.
Okay, we got ourselves a lead jammer. That is Killman for Columbia. I know. I think we have to wait to say lead jammer now, just in case, because
Right.
they go so fast that they're already like in turn 3 before the refs can tell them the penalty.
All right, Little Miss Savage made it through her initial pass, and the jam is called.
Ooh, buddy.
I know
Just
they
3.
do move so fast. Sometimes when there is a penalty and it gets so loud in here, it is hard as an
It's
official to
hard to
actually
hear.
track them down and to move fast enough to have them see and hear you for a penalty.
Every point counts. We don't want to move them off. Coming up on this next jam, we've got
Sorry, I'm just looking at the food. It's right there.
It is
Sassy,
right there.
It's right next
I
to
know.
you, Sassy.
I know. All right, Thug Buggerson is up versus Gold Rusher, and again a little bit
Nice.
of jammer on jammer action, but Thug Buggerson was super quick to get in behind Gold Rusher before they could move too far back.
Everybody's going
I'm
to the
hearing
box for
whistles,
something.
So I don't know what's going on, but
Cut. Somebody's got a cut.
someone's got a cut. Gold Rusher has lead.
I think it's Gold Rusher with the cut.
Is it?
I think.
Oh, it is.
I
Gold
think
Rusher
Doug
had a cut,
Buggerson, yeah.
which means Buggerson is the lead jammer.
Hmm.
And I'm
So-
watching Tank over there just
Oh. Nice knockout.
a little hurting over there, keeping some blockers back and out of the way so they can't help.
A cut track on a cut track assessed to a blocker. Helen Wheels taking out one of the Columbia blockers right at the end of the jam there. So we are seeing somebody go to the box. Tank heading to the box for Columbia as the pivot. A coach
that-
in the middle with questions.
And
Team
we've got a
timeout.
Pixies calling the timeout.
Okay.
All right,
And
just a moment to breathe.
Pixies jammer in the box again. That is Gold Rusher. So sent at the end of the jam will have to sit a full 30 seconds, giving another power jam to Columbia. These are the opportunities they need to catch up. 149 to 118 so far. Andy has returned to his food.
He's lucky that we didn't eat it.
He's lucky we didn't eat those fries. So maybe Killman being sent out as the next jammer. Real bold by the PLT. You are watching the 2025 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships. We're on game number 2. The Columbia Junior Rollers All-Stars versus the Pixies Roller Derby. Pixies from Spokane, Washington. Columbia being from Columbia, South Carolina. Or thereabouts. 12 and a half seconds left in this contest.
12 and a half minutes.
12 and a half minutes. 12 seconds would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
That would be ridiculous. But, you know, sometimes they will call a timeout, and things can happen in the last jam that way.
Yeah, the winner will go on to play Philly Juniors later tonight at 7 p.m. or thereabouts, depending on how on schedule we stay. We've got ourselves a power jam now. Killman for Columbia. Gold Rusher starting from the box.
And a good defensive battle, but Killman is out as lead jammer. Gold Rusher is out of the box and quickly through the pack. All right, Killman calls off the jam with 3 points. And little by little, they are picking up some speed, but can they make it back in time with 12 minutes left?
28-point game. It's possible. This could be a final jam sort of deal.
Stranger things have happened, and you know those nail biters are the most fun to watch anyway. All right, Thug Buggerson and Trisket are going head to head. See feet moving. Good solid defense.
So instead of joining the tripod, Powerhouse determined to block alone at the front there, but Thug Buggerson spins around to catch that lead jammer status. Trisket still working on this initial. Thug Buggerson definitely showing the lack of oxygen coming around.
Yeah, signs of
Take
fatigue
those
I have
breaths,
not
take those
seen
breaths.
before. Yes,
Eyes
take that
up.
moment, breathe, open up that chest, picking up 4 more points for
Don't-
Thug Buggerson.
Don't get a leading with the head.
Do not lead with the head because your head's hanging low. You know, you can get more oxygen if you lift your head up anyway.
Correct. So a little bit of a knockout to the outside. Powerhouse recycling back into turn 1.
All right, so Trisket is still working on an initial pass as Thug Buggerson is working on some more points.
They have some shoulder punches going on there. Ooh.
And I'm not sure quite how he managed to stay on his feet there, but 4 more points for Thug Buggerson.
For another 4 points, making this.
They're like Gumby out there, these little young ones. It's amazing. I feel like sometimes I'm watching The Matrix is how they move.
A minute and a half for Trisket to complete the initial.
All right, so that was an 8-0 jam in favor of Columbia, and we now have a 20-point game with 10 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
149 to 149. This lead is getting farther and farther. Sorry.
Well, we've got Little Miss Savage on the line and Killman. And we've seen this matchup before, and it
yeah.
could go either way.
Little Miss Savage up the line up against Killman.
All right, here we go. Little Miss Savage looking for those spots, ducking between arms. Killman finds some room on the inside line, but it is Little Miss Savage, your lead jammer.
Oh, but they are neck and neck. Killman is right on her heels. And a little jammer on jammer action, and they both enter the pack.
Ooh.
Little Miss Savage calls it,
Picks up 3.
and she picks up 3 points to Columbia's 0.
Team timeout
Timeout being called. Columbia.
by Columbia. So Pixies only have 1 clock stoppage left. You know, they have the lead. It behooves them to run the clock down. Absolutely. There's not like an algorithm for rankings or anything like this. This is purely win-lose, who goes on to the next game.
Absolutely.
You know, so it behooves them to, to just run out this clock if they can. So Columbia now taking a little time out, maybe doing a little reset.
Taking a breath, trying to recharge and reoxygenate here in altitude.
Yeah, and, do you want to win this game? Do you want to just keep trying your best, see what happens? What do you guys want to do here,
know,
winner,
with
the winner has to play another game tonight.
That is true, but with nearly 9 minutes left, there's not a huge point differential.
no.
This game is still an open game.
It's open. It's very open. And we've seen this game would not even be this far apart if Columbia had not had all that jammer trouble in the first half.
Absolutely. And it's really been fun to watch them slowly crawl their way back here in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
It is still any team's game.
And, of course, we'll try and keep this on time, but, keep an eye on that schedule. The next game is supposed to start at 1 p.m. We've got Santa Cruz versus Seattle in the female division.
And keep in mind, whoever wins this game is playing tonight at 7 versus Philly.
Yeah, I don't think this next game's starting on time. It's already 12:36, and we still got almost 9 minutes left in this one. Here we go.
All right, Gold Rusher and Thug Buggerson are battling it out.
Who can push the pack the fastest and get out first?
That's really what it is, and we're just watching bodies falling on the floor here. And it is Gold Rusher out as lead jammer. And Powerhouse is still working to hold Thug Buggerson, and they both land out of bounds. But no pass, no penalty, and Thug Buggerson is out of his initial pass and available for points. Gold Rusher makes it through, 4 points, and calls the jam.
So Pixies, like, they have a lead. They should go longer with some of these jams, but, like, maybe they're worried about their ability to stay out of the penalty box. Like, cool, we got a lead, we got 4 points, let's call it.
But also, when you think about it on an oxygen level, a shorter jam and then 30 seconds to recoup is going to be a little bit easier to maintain your energy versus running it.
A little easier for Little Miss Savage to get that lead status.
Oh, she popped right through the pack in like no time.
Woo.
And she's looking to get a couple points here before calling it off.
When you get lead, there's always a big smile on their faces.
Oh, yeah.
But only getting one.
Just 1 point, but she held Columbia at 0. So 28-point game. 7 minutes left.
As you can see, that second half, we're getting fewer and fewer points. All the big points were in the first part of the half. Everybody's tired now, and you can see several scoreless jams for Pixies. But again, they don't need it so much. That lead is still there.
All right, well, we've got Trisket and Killman going head-to-head, and it looks like a strong defensive battle.
Ooh.
Wow.
Just shoulder hits to the
jabs.
kidneys.
But Killman is out his lead jammer.
Okay.
But Trisket finds a hole and finishes that initial pass.
And the Pixies also are out.
Here comes Trisket.
And Columbia calling that.
All right, Columbia calls it for a quick group of 3 points.
I think I saw 3 for Columbia.
We're getting into the we need a big jam territory.
We are. But you know, the Pixies are playing a clean game, and
they are.
It's usually that power jam when you get a jammer penalty that you can see some of those big points because both these teams are playing such a strong defensive battle.
Here we are, Gold Rusher back on the line with Thug Buggerson. Gold Rusher for the Pixies, Thug Buggerson for Columbia.
Looks like Thug is pushed out of bounds.
Another
by
lead.
Sugar and Spice.
These Columbia Jammers are so used to taking the lines that they don't know what to do when they cannot. Huge apex jump by Gold Rusher. Ooh. Seeing some whistles.
Waiting
On
to
a blocker.
see what's happening here.
Yep.
All right. It looks like Soul Crusher for Columbia is heading to the bench, as well as Tank. So now with just 2 blockers out.
And an 8-point jam.
12
12-point jam.
Picked up a few extra points there on that last pass before calling it off.
Okay, so Columbia using their last team timeout. All they have left is an OR. Pixies still with 1 team timeout. They don't need to use it. They don't need it.
And we've got a 37-point differential with 4.5 minutes left.
Yep, Pixies pulling away. Pixies pulling away. And it looked like Columbia rallied there for a little bit. But again, blocker trouble in the box, you just can't have it. So, I think we're going to see Columbia getting a lot more penalties in this game than the Pixies. And if Columbia is able to clean this up the next time these two teams meet, that will be really, really, really neck and neck the whole time.
Well, these games are really interesting. These tournaments, when you see all of these top-level teams, and they all come in ranked, and you wonder, okay, is it going to go by the rankings? Well, that first game we saw an upset, and this second game...
Oh, that was an upset?
That was an upset, and this second game, I'm wondering if we're going to be having another upset.
So both of these teams that are losing right now, like Pittsburgh was supposed to beat Des Moines?
Pittsburgh was supposed to beat Des Moines.
Oh, good to know.
I could be wrong.
Could be wrong. I don't know. It's exciting to have an upset.
They were close, but it is exciting. It's
Magical
exciting
announcer thinking.
All right, and we've got Little Miss Savage again busting through in record time, coming around for a scoring pass as lead jammer.
Nice try.
And Killman went for a nice bit of jammer on jammer blocking there.
Brutal beauty. Quiet killer this entire game. So smart with the knockouts, getting in right where she needs to hit.
I know she's another tiny but mighty.
Did you see that hit on that pivot right there? You know, one of the smaller players on the track, but definitely still one of the strongest. Here we are, Little Miss Savage coming through. Striking Viking holding down the defense now for the Pixies. Waiting for Killman. Savage going to call it off. Great, great jam by the Pixies. Really, really smart. Little Miss Savage getting some claps from the crowd.
And picked up an extra 2 points on that last little jam.
Points.
10-0.
So 2 scoreless jams now for Columbia. 10 and 12 points on the board for Pixies. Wow. They want this win. They want to go play Philly after this.
All right, Gold Rusher versus Thug Buggerson. We've seen this matchup before. Who's got the
friendly
stamina?
fire.
All right, Gold Rusher is out as lead jammer.
Somebody's going to the box. So Pixies now 2 blockers out. Oh.
Big hit from Powerhouse.
So Gold Rusher in the box.
Gold Rusher in the box, and Thug Buggerson is now available to score points on this power jam.
1:14 on the clock. We got a full 2-minute jam.
Very, very hard-fought game. And Bug's up on turn 1.
And a little hop.
4 points for
Thug is out for another 4 points.
Columbia, and this will
See one of the blockers keeping Powerhouse busy. So Thug Buggerson didn't have to touch on the way through. Gold Rusher determined to play a little defense.
And both jammers just pushing hard through the pack.
Big defense by Mad Danger and Thomas the Train.
both teams are at full strength.
Oh. Big hit by Gold Rusher. Oh, nice. But still in play.
Still in play.
It was not. I hear the turn 3 coaches. It was out of play. It wasn't. Just barely.
Well, actually, but both the initiator and the jammer went out of bounds, so the jammer could have continued.
Maybe so.
But sometimes
What
better
a
to play it
jam.
safe.
What a big jam. Points on the board.
Huge jam. 1 minute left, and it was an 8-8 equal jam.
Nope.
Nope, 12-8.
That's the thing, junior roller derby. I always have to wait. I have to wait because it
Because there
officiating
are those
officiating
points.
just can't keep up with it. You know, it's like, oh, yep, that happened. Happened again.
You got to think for a minute.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, you know, everybody wants to get it right, so I think it's always okay to do that. We've got, all right, Pixies are using their last team timeout. 34 seconds on the clock. Pixies have managed to extend that lead 51 points ahead of Columbia. Wow.
And likely this is going to be the last jam.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've seen stuff.
I mean,
I've seen some things.
that's why I said likely. I said likely.
Maybe. Hard maybe. There is one OR left.
There is one OR left, and
maybe. Maybe, Sassy. Look at you calling it. I don't know that Columbia's gonna take over the lead in the last 30 seconds.
you know, I have not seen a 51-point jam. I have seen
I've seen a 40-point jam.
40-point jam, but I have not seen a
51.
50-point jam, let alone 51.
Not since the jam roulette point went away.
Oh, those were the days, weren't
Yeah,
they?
right.
When you could get a point for passing the other team's
You go to the-
jammer as well.
Go to the box for a whole minute. That's the game.
All right, Little Miss Savage is up against Killman.
Absolute
34
monsters.
seconds left on the game clock.
Crowd getting loud.
The crowd is getting loud here. It's getting exciting.
Killman already pushing forward. I'm seeing a cut track call on Little Miss Savage, one of the rare penalties, and a lead jammer for Killman.
All right, let's see what we can do here with the power jam.
Caught
Oh,
by Hell on Wheels, knocked out.
and
Gonna call it.
Gonna call it.
Wait,
and
an official
an
review.
official review.
With like 4 seconds on the clock. We will get
Wait.
one more
We
jam.
will get one more jam. It looks like an official review is called as a timeout.
I feel like JRDA loves these situations. There's always going to be like, oh, let's stretch this out even more. So, guys, it's 12:48. The next game is supposed to start at 1. That's definitely not happening. So if you're looking at your schedules and stuff, it's probably going to be at least 10 minutes later than initially projected. So we shall see. These two teams definitely determined to use up the entire 2 hours.
Absolutely. Well, and it's going to be a fun one because now we've got Little Miss Savage starting in the box.
Okay.
And Killman is up for a power jam to start. They've got a 50-point difference on the scoreboard.
The highest point jam was by Killian. It was a 42-point jam.
And I'm hearing the announcer said that the highest ever jam was a 42-point jam
That they've ever seen.
that they've ever seen.
Well, good for them. So we will start with the 5 seconds on that period clock. We will be on jam time after that. So no more than 2 minutes, according to that jam timer. That is Rocket Chap over there. Here we are. Last jam is live. Period clock has expired. We've
And
got
Killman's
ourselves
out
a
as
lead
lead
jammer. Killman for Columbia. Little Miss Savage starting from the box. Looks like Powerhouse is going to go for one last penalty there. Whoa, 4 points on the board for Killman.
Little
Gotta
Miss
be
Savage
proud.
is back in the game, though, looking at
Gotta
her
be.
initial pass.
Got to be proud of this last jam. I don't think the result is going to change, but we are going to see some good points thrown up. Another easy 4 points for Killman.
And that
Little Miss
defense
Savage.
is rocking. Little Miss Savage is
determined
pushing,
not to let
pushing
her out.
hard.
Tank right there with Thomas the Train.
And Tank
Mad
for a
danger hanging
drag
onto that
back.
tripod. Ooh.
Here comes Killman with a big jump
Apex
and 4 more
jump.
points.
16-point jam,
We've
guys.
got a minute left here. A minute left.
Woo! Here
and
we go.
another hop, skip, and a jump for another 4 points for Killman. Little Miss Savage is being held in the pack. That defense is just working
You know,
so
and they
hard.
hit her. She's not going out of bounds. That is not happening. Definitely the whole game has been one of the best jammers for not going out of bounds.
She is so good at cutting back to the center and keeping herself in. Her jukes are amazing.
So Killman's roll finally slowed. Going to have a big recycle back in a turn, almost to turn 3, but... And a penalty, an illegal contact to a Columbia blocker.
Little Miss Savage is
Done.
out of that initial pass.
Killman's going to go for 4 more and call the jam off. Not a win, but definitely won that jam. 24-0 jam.
24 points. Is that the most points we've seen in a jam scored?
I think today.
Yeah.
I think today that's the highest scoring jam. I think there's
In
been
this
another
game.
24-pointer. But in this game, I think that's the highest scoring jam. Let's wait for that whistle.
Playoffs, and we had so much fun playing them. They're a fantastic team.
Congratulations to the Pixies. They will go on to play Philly Juniors at 7 p.m. or thereabouts later today.
That Rome's played them a lot.
Yes, yes. I have you.
And our official score is now Pixies 191 to Columbia 165. What an exciting game.
Won this game, though. So that
Okay.
means that later
So the loser of this game will go ahead and play tomorrow. They'll be playing Pittsburgh tomorrow, so that'll be a really good game first thing in the morning. Congratulations, Pixies. You will move on. Up next, we do have the female division. We will have Santa Cruz versus Seattle, so West Coast versus West Coast. We are going to start a few minutes late, so keep an eye on your YouTube channel for that time to Derby. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chai Kilski.
And I'm Sassy B, and we will be back soon.